The Oscar goes to Tom Hanks in Forrest Gump.
You probably think Tom Hanks got paid millions to star in Forrest Gump, but he didn't take a single dollar up front. What if I told you that one little gamble made him between $40 and $70 million, while the man who created the character got completely screwed out of every penny he was promised? Or, to make it look like Lieutenant Dan lost his legs, they had to put Gary Sinise through unbearable torture. Today, we're counting down the 20 weirdest facts you didn't know about Forrest Gump. From career-destroying prosthetics to the reason why a sequel of this masterpiece never happened. And just a lot more interesting, but weird facts. So grab your box of chocolates, because after this, you'll never watch Forrest Gump the same way again. Number 20. The author wrote an insane sequel as revenge. After Paramount screwed Winston Groom out of millions of dollars, he did something brilliant. He wrote a sequel so absolutely insane that it was virtually impossible to adapt into a film, and then he made them buy it anyway. The sequel, Gump & Co., features Forrest Gump accidentally crashing the Exxon Valdez oil tanker, inventing new Coke, and fighting in the Gulf War alongside an ape he met while working as an astronaut. Yes, an astronaut ape. The book also directly references the 1994 film and takes jabs at Paramount throughout. Many believe Groom deliberately made it as convoluted and ridiculous as possible, purely so no studio could turn it into a movie after they stiffed him. Paramount eventually paid Groom a 7-figure sum for the rights to this unfilmable sequel. He got the last laugh. But this wasn't the entire reason a sequel never happened, but you have to stick around till number 3 to find out why. Number 19. Bubba's fake lip destroyed the actor's career. Bubba became one of the most beloved characters in cinema, but that role destroyed McKelty Williamson's career for years, and here's why. Williamson wore a prosthetic lip attachment to create Bubba's distinctive look. It was completely fake, a piece of latex attached to his face, but after the movie came out, no one realized it was a prosthetic.
People thought I actually looked like that with a lip, like the industry's perception was.
Casting directors thought that was just how Williamson looked. They assumed the filmmakers had simply found some weird-looking guy and put him in the movie. Nobody would hire him. His phone stopped ringing, his career came to a grinding halt. It took an appearance on David Letterman's Late Night Show, where he explained the prosthetic on national television before the industry realized their mistake. Only then did the phone start ringing again. So while Ice Cube, Tupac, and Dave Chappelle all turned down the role thinking the movie would flop, the actor who took it paid a brutal price for years. Number 18. Tom Hanks had to drink massive amounts of Dr. Pepper. Forrest's line about drinking 15 Dr. Peppers at the White House is iconic, but filming that scene was torture. Tom Hanks had to actually drink Dr. Pepper, bottle after bottle after bottle. The scene required dozens of takes from multiple angles, reshoots, pickup shots. Hanks consumed so much Dr. Pepper during filming that crew members joked he'd need his stomach pumped, just like Charlie Chaplin did after eating too many licorice boots in the gold rush. Every time you watch Forrest gulp down that soda, remember, Tom Hanks actually drank all of it. And that's not even the most physically demanding thing an actor endured for this movie. Number 17. Tom Hanks's first 3 days of footage was completely unusable. Tom Hanks is one of the greatest actors alive, and his performance in Forrest Gump is really exceptional. But when he started filming Forrest Gump, he couldn't figure out how to play the character. For 3 days straight, Hanks filmed scenes that were completely unusable. None of it worked. The performance was off. The character didn't feel real. Director Robert Zemeckis later admitted that those first 3 days of footage had to be thrown out entirely. Hanks needed time to find Forrest, to understand his rhythm, his voice, his worldview. Once he figured it out, he never looked back. But for 72 hours, one of the greatest performances in cinema history was a complete disaster. Number 16. Gary Sinise could only endure the wheelchair for 10 minutes. Lieutenant Dan's wheelchair scenes look effortless, but they were absolute agony. The wheelchair was custom designed by master illusionist Ricky Jay specifically to hide Gary Sinise's legs. It featured a hidden platform underneath where Sinise had to fold his legs into an extreme, unnatural position. His legs were bent backward and held in contortions that weren't meant for the human body. Sinise could only endure it for about 10 minutes at a time before the pain became unbearable. Every 10 minutes, production would stop. Sinise would have to straighten his legs and recover before they could continue filming. So every wheelchair scene you see in the movie was filmed in 10-minute bursts, with breaks in between for Sinise to survive. And that's not even the whole story of creating the illusion. Number 15. Sinise's legs were digitally erased from every single frame. For scenes where the wheelchair trick wouldn't work, the production used revolutionary digital effects. Gary Sinise wore bright blue fabric wrapped tightly around his legs. Then, in post-production, a team of artists had to digitally paint out his legs from every single frame of footage, frame by frame, shot by shot. If you look really closely, you can even see Sinise use his legs for support while hoisting himself off the wheelchair. The digital artists had to erase that too. Then, when he moves his legs over the railing, he actually moves his legs through a gap that they had edited into a full railing. Forrest Gump was the first Hollywood film to use blue screen chroma key compositing to remove body parts from a moving character. It was groundbreaking technology in 1994, and it required Gary Sinise to suffer through physical torture while wearing bright blue stockings on his legs. All for one of the most convincing visual effects in film history. Number 14. How they filmed the ping pong scenes. Forrest becomes a world-class ping pong champion. The speed of that ball flying across the table is incredible. Except, there is no ball. Tom Hanks and his opponent were swatting at nothing, just empty air. But here's the secret. To make it look seamless, the actors timed their paddle movements to ticks played on set. Then, visual effects artists digitally added the ping pong ball in post-production, perfectly syncing it to their movements, making it look way more realistic. Tom Hanks never learned to play ping pong for this movie. He just learned to swing a paddle in perfect rhythm. And there's another detail about those ping pong scenes that's even more obsessive. Number 13. Forrest never blinks during ping pong. Watch Forrest's face carefully during every ping pong match. He never blinks, not once. This wasn't in the script. It's pure character work from Tom Hanks. A fellow soldier told Forrest, "The secret to ping pong is to keep your eye on the ball." So, Forrest takes it literally. He stares at that ball without blinking for entire matches. It's the same reason Forrest succeeds at everything in life. Someone gives him simple instructions, and he follows them exactly, no matter what. Keep your eye on the ball, he'll do it without blinking even once. It's a layer of character detail most people never notice. And talking about blinking, there's more. Number 12. Tom Hanks closes his eyes in every single photograph. Look at every photograph of Forrest throughout the entire movie. The pictures with presidents, magazine covers, newspaper articles. Forrest's eyes are closed every single time. This also wasn't in the script. Tom Hanks added it himself as a character trait. According to Hanks, Forrest tries so hard to stand up straight and look normal in photos that he forgets to keep his eyes open. He's concentrating so intensely on being proper that he fails at the most basic requirement of a photograph. It's brilliant character work that won Hanks his second consecutive Oscar. And it's a detail you never noticed, even after watching the film a dozen times. Number 11. It's a stupid Hanks thing. Forrest runs across America for over 3 years, but Tom Hanks didn't run all those miles. His younger brother, Jim Hanks, did. The production tried using other stunt doubles, but none of them could replicate Forrest's running style. According to Jim Hanks, Tom had other doubles, but they couldn't do the run. That's a stupid Hanks thing. The awkward, stiff-legged running stride is apparently genetic. Only another member of the Hanks family could nail that exact goofy form. So, when you watch Forrest jog through Monument Valley or across American highways, you're watching Tom Hanks's brother carrying the family legacy one awkward stride at a time. Number 10. The accent of young Forrest actor forced Tom Hanks to change everything. When Michael Connor Humphreys auditioned to play young Forrest, he had a thick Mississippi accent. That's why he got the part. But it created a massive problem for Tom Hanks. Hanks had originally planned to use a much lighter Southern accent, but once Humphreys was cast with that deep Mississippi drawl, Hanks had no choice. He spent months studying the 10-year-old actor's voice, practicing every inflection, rhythm, and pronunciation. Hanks worked obsessively to make sure his adult Forrest sounded like a natural continuation of Humphreys' young Forrest. That iconic voice you associate with Forrest Gump? It's Tom Hanks perfectly imitating a child actor from Mississippi. The entire Oscar-winning performance was built on matching a 10-year-old's accent. Number 9. 1,500 extras became 100,000 people. The anti-war rally at the National Mall looks like it's packed with 100,000 people. The production only had 1,500 extras. Here's how they pulled it off. Over 2 days of filming, those 1,500 extras were positioned in different sections of the mall for each shot. After every take, they'd move the entire crowd to a completely different location away from the camera. Then, visual effects artists digitally multiplied and layered those separate groups together to create a crowd of over 100,000. It's one of the most impressive invisible effects in the movie. You're watching 1,500 people digitally cloned and rearranged to look like an army of protesters. And you'd never know unless someone told you. Number 8, they used an actual jet engine for the hurricane. The hurricane scene is one of the most intense sequences in the film. Wind tearing at the boat, massive waves, Lieutenant Dan screaming at the sky while tied to the mast. Most movies would use wind machines and special effects. Forrest Gump used an actual aircraft jet engine. The crew rigged up a full-power jet engine and aimed it directly at the boat and the actors. It had never been done before on a movie set. Gary Sinise and Tom Hanks were getting blasted with real hurricane-force winds while being drenched with water cannons. No CGI wind, no gentle studio breezes, just a raw jet engine, strong enough to strip paint off metal. It's one of the most dangerous, physically brutal scenes in the entire film, and it's completely real. Number 7, Bubba Gump Shrimp became a real $100 million business. In the movie, Forrest keeps his promise to Bubba and starts a shrimp company. It becomes wildly successful. Then, in 1996, someone made it real. A businessman named Anthony Zalesi purchased the rights from Paramount and opened the first Bubba Gump Shrimp Company restaurant in Monterey, California. Now there are over 40 locations worldwide: United States, Mexico, Japan, Hong Kong, and way more. A fictional shrimp company from a movie became a real international restaurant chain worth over $100 million. Bubba would have been so proud. Number 6, Kurt Russell secretly voices young Elvis. When young Elvis Presley rents a room and you hear him sing and speak, that voice belongs to Kurt Russell, completely uncredited. Russell had previously played Elvis in the 1979 TV biopic, so when Forrest Gump needed someone to voice the young rock legend, they called him. He recorded all the lines, never appeared on screen, never got credit in the film. It's one of Hollywood's best-kept voice cameo secrets. Millions of people have watched this scene and never realized they're hearing Kurt Russell pretending to be a teenage Elvis Presley, learning to dance from a kid in leg braces. And before we go into the top 5, make sure to like and subscribe, because the next facts get even crazier. Number 5, Warner Brothers walked away thinking it was just another Rain Man. Forrest Gump almost never got made. Warner Brothers spent years developing the project. Multiple screenplay drafts, casting meetings, everything was moving forward. And then suddenly, they walked away. The studio executives decided a movie about a mentally challenged man experiencing American history was too similar to Rain Man, which had won Best Picture in 1988. They didn't want to risk the comparison, so they abandoned the project entirely. Paramount Pictures picked it up. The film made $677 million worldwide on a $55 million budget. It won 6 Academy Awards, including Best Picture, Best Director, and Best Actor. It became one of the most beloved films in American cinema. Warner Brothers executives watched their biggest competitor win Best Picture with a project they'd rejected. The regret must have been crushing. But that's nothing compared to the actors who turned down the lead role. Number 4, John Travolta, Bill Murray, and Chevy Chase all walked away. Tom Hanks won his 2nd consecutive Best Actor Oscar for Forrest Gump. The role became his legacy, but he wasn't the first choice. John Travolta was. Travolta turned it down to star in Pulp Fiction instead. Then they offered it to Bill Murray, who said no. Then Chevy Chase, also no. There are even claims that Sean Penn circled the role at some point. Every single one of them walked away from what became one of the greatest performances in film history. Travolta later admitted he regretted it, though to be fair, Pulp Fiction revived his entire career and earned him an Oscar nomination. Still, imagine John Travolta on that bench talking about boxes of chocolates. It would have been a completely different movie, and thank God it didn't happen. Number 3, why the sequel never happened. A Forrest Gump sequel was in active development for years. Screenwriter Eric Roth adapted Winston Groom's sequel novel, Gump and Company. The story was insane. Forrest would have been in the back of O.J. Simpson's white Bronco during the police chase. He would have danced with Princess Diana at a charity event. He'd stumble through the 1990s the exact same way he stumbled through the 60s and 70s. Eric Roth finished the screenplay and delivered it to the studio. The date? September 11th, 2001, the day America changed forever. After the terrorist attacks, Robert Zemeckis and Tom Hanks read the script together and agreed. The world had changed too much. The tone no longer fit. A lighthearted comedy about an innocent man bumbling through recent history didn't work in post-9/11 America. The sequel was quietly shelved and has remained there ever since. History itself killed Forrest Gump too. Number 2. The author got screwed out of millions by Hollywood accounting. Winston Groom created Forrest Gump. He wrote the novel, he invented the character. Paramount paid him $350,000 for the rights, plus 3% of the film's net profits. Sounds fair, right? Forrest Gump made $677 million worldwide. It was the 4th highest grossing film in history at the time. Paramount sent Groom an accounting statement claiming the movie lost $62 million. That's right, a film that made nearly $700 million was somehow $62 million in the red. Groom hired a lawyer and sued. This was Hollywood accounting at its most brazen. Studios inflate expenses to eliminate reported profits, so they never have to pay net profit participants. With creative bookkeeping, they made a wildly successful movie disappear on paper. Groom eventually settled out of court for an undisclosed 7-figure sum. But he never got what he was actually owed. Meanwhile, Tom Hanks and Robert Zemeckis made $30 to $40 million each because they had gross profit deals. They got paid first before Paramount started cooking the books. Which brings us to the smartest financial decision in Hollywood history. Number 1. Tom Hanks took 0 salary and made $40 to $70 million. Tom Hanks didn't get paid to star in Forrest Gump. Not a single dollar upfront. Instead, he made a deal. No salary, but a percentage of the film's gross profits. This was a massive gamble. Nobody knew if the movie would work. The script had been rejected by multiple studios. Stars kept turning down roles. Warner Brothers walked away entirely. But Hanks believed in it, and that belief made him one of the richest actors in Hollywood history. Forrest Gump opened in first place, dethroning The Lion King after 3 weeks at number 1. It stayed at number 1 for 10 consecutive weeks. The film grossed $677 million worldwide on a $55 million budget. Tom Hanks's gross profit deal earned him between $40 million and $70 million from one movie. By refusing to take a salary up front, he made more money than almost any actor in history had made from a single film at that time. Meanwhile, Winston Groom took a net profit deal and got screwed. Tom Hanks took a gross profit deal and became rich beyond imagination. It's the ultimate proof that in Hollywood, understanding the contract is more important than the role itself. Hanks bet on himself. He understood how the game worked, and he won bigger than almost anyone else ever has. And there you have it, 20 weird facts about Forrest Gump that prove this Best Picture winner was even more incredible behind the scenes than on screen. So next time you watch Forrest Gump, you won't just see Tom Hanks on a bench. You'll see all the hidden facts hiding inside of it. If you enjoyed this, make sure to like and subscribe for more videos revealing the secrets hiding inside your favorite films. And comment below, what was your favorite hidden detail and which movie do you want to see next?